Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be focusing in on what Venus moving into the sign of Virgo on August the 4th means and what to sort of expect with this energy shift coming in. So first and foremost, I don't want to bore you with like all of the specifics when it comes to Venus moving into the sign of Virgo, because Venus, for one, is a planet of love, beauty, harmony, and connections. Venus has a lot to do with like love and relationships and things of that nature. It naturally rules over Libra and also Taurus. Though with Venus in Virgo is all about the practical ideas, the practical details, having a particular sort of way of looking at things. It's not broader, bigger picture. It's more so what are the small integral details that are needed, that are necessary in order for things to work in a particular way. Sometimes, like, for instance, if you're dealing with like a toddler or a teenager or even like a middle schooler or something like that, like you're not going to give them algebra, right? You're not going to give them like a geometry problem in order to find a solution to. You're going to give them the smallest, most minute detail in the minutia of like how things sort of work in order for them to wrap their mind around it. So right now we could definitely be, all right, so let's go ahead and take these cards. So right now we could definitely be connecting and expressing ourselves through practical means or gestures and running errands, things of that nature. We do have the King of Cups card here. This is very lovely. The King of Cups is having a genuine approach, knowing that obviously, you definitely want to take out the time to make sure that whatever it is that you're doing, whatever kind of details that you're working on currently at this time, you're taking it a bit slow and you're being a bit tedious, not necessarily in a way that is like overly, it's like you're trying too hard to like make sure this thing works, or you're like focusing too much, because sometimes that can also not work either. Like you kind of want to definitely go with the flow of things. Sorry, you guys, I just kicked my desk. You definitely want to go with the flow of things, but you don't want to like zero in on the small details. You definitely want to have more of like a practical organizational skill in regards to where things are going. So these cards are absolutely beautiful. I mean, hello. So let's go ahead and focus in here with the Nine of Coins. The Nine of Coins does represent independence. This also represents a sense of knowing yourself, knowing your worth, knowing your value. The Nine of Coins sits very pretty and like who they are, who she is, who he is. When I say he or she, that doesn't necessarily mean really technically anything, because, like I'm reading tarot, I'm reading the energy, so it doesn't necessarily matter. I mean, obviously, like it kind of looks like a depiction of a female. I don't know. Kind of looks like a guy too. I don't know. Maybe a little androgynous, who knows? But anyway, so with the Nine of Coins card here, this is Earth energy towards Capricorn, Virgo. So what I'm getting here, especially with Venus, again, like I said, Venus is a planet of love, beauty, harmony. In the sign of Virgo, this is about having the details set in place in a particular way. What I'm hearing here with the Eight of Coins, this is about locking in towards a work that's in progress, like doing the work that is necessary in order to get some sort of outcome. You know what I mean? It's like you definitely want to put in the time, the work, and the effort, and release, let go of anything that just isn't really necessarily working for you. There's definitely an energy here, especially here with the Six of Wands, where you're coming in very confident, you're coming in very secure, and right around this time, love needs to make sense and have a purpose with Venus and Virgo. So with the Six of Wands card here, if you're not feeling confident, if you're not feeling like you have the right kinds of relationships or the right kinds of people around you, then, you're wasting your time. If you're going back and forth, if you're trying to like have like this long drawn out sort of conversation with somebody about why these things aren't working or like what that means and blah, blah, blah. Like if you don't know yourself and if you're not in a space where you're taking action on your own personal goals, then this energy is definitely going to fall flat and you're not going to get the results that you need to have, because Virgo is an earth sign, which means it's sensual. With Virgo, it's quite practical and mental, in addition to our romantic nature. So what we want to purchase and the types of entertainment that we enjoy during this cycle are ruled by whether or not they have a sense of purpose, like if they serve a particular purpose of some kind. So you don't want to, fall flat. You don't want to fall off short in regards to like what is working, what's not working, or if you're having like this long drawn out conversation with somebody, you don't care. Okay, Seven of Swords card here at the bottom of the deck. You just simply don't care, like I said. So anyway, as we continue to move forward with this energy, now you may also feel like as you're sort of putting these practical plans into the forefront of your life and you're figuring out exactly what you want to do, you may want to give yourself some time to feel a bit grounded at this time. You definitely want to feel like, okay, you're definitely feeling really good about the type of action and the type of effort that you want to make, though it's just the start of something new. So with the Eight of Coins card here and the Page of Coins with the Six of Wands, what I'm definitely getting here is that like there's something that's starting up new. You're really excited about it, but at the same time, it's like you're stepping into like this new space or this new zone, especially with the new moon in Leo. It's kind of like, imagine you've never been to this particular theme park or something, and there's a ride that like you're super excited to ride, and even though you kind of have an idea as to like what's in the ride, maybe you've watched some YouTube videos about like kind of what it looks like, you don't really know what that feels like until you experience it yourself. So it's like the doors that are opening, like you're coming into this space, though you're kind of like, whoa, like I've never seen that before. Or like now I can kind of feel like the cold air, or I can feel like the smells of whatever's going on. There's like, maybe smoke machines and stuff like that. And like that experience within itself of you experiencing it itself is a whole different vibe, right? You feel like, the waves or the turns and the twists of the roller coaster and things like that, which when you're watching it like on a YouTube video, you don't necessarily feel that. You don't see it for what it is. You can see it, but you don't feel it. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like this energy. It's like you're stepping into, and these things are opening up for you, and you're moving towards something new while these doors close behind you. And this chapter ends. This chapter of things that are wasting your time, that are not good for you, ends, so that you could solely focus on the plan and the efforts and what it means to like tap into this energy moving forward. Eight of Coins card here. So the Eight of Coins is definitely an energy of work. There's definitely an energy here of building something up over time as well. As you can tell, this person is like really focused in. He's like zeroed in on what matters and how that thing works in order to build it up. Though at the same time, like I said, especially with Venus in Virgo, because Venus is actually fallen in Virgo, it's in detriment, which means that like it's not necessarily like at its best when it's in Virgo. Now Mercury, on the other hand, rules over Virgo. So there's kind of like, there's two different things. There's two different kind of energies that are going on here. With Mercury in Virgo, Mercury's exalted in Virgo, is really happy being in Virgo. Mercury can do its job and do it extremely well in Virgo, but Venus is not necessarily happy in Virgo, but at the same time, it's helping the energy because Venus is a planet of love, beauty, and harmony. And regardless, it's in Virgo. So all of the Virgo things in your chart are making you feel really good. So whatever kind of placements that you have in Virgo, like for Capricorns, obviously, for instance, we have Mars and Jupiter both in Gemini in our sixth house. I don't know why I can't say that. So in the sixth house, that's all about health, routines, taking care of yourself, working out, eating right, dietary things, doing the effort that is necessary in order to continue on the right path moving forward. It could also have a lot to do with like making sure that you have your plans, your organization skills in place so that you can continue to thrive. And so that energy in itself could be definitely highlighted at this time, with Mars being the planet of drive, determination in Gemini in our sixth house. So we can be definitely like working out a lot, like making sure that we feel really good about the plans that we have. So this is what I mean about going back into like a space where, especially with Mercury going retrograde, where you're not focusing so much on like the big plans, like, and also not the small details. You kind of just have to go with the flow of things. You have to just kind of find like a practical way to fill in like your time, your energy, and your effort, so that you're not too like big on this side with like how things should be working and getting frustrated if they're not, or how things need to work in this little bitty way so that things, you know, can happen in a certain way, when that in itself too is a bit of a detriment to you, because then you're overthinking everything. So the best thing to do is just kind of allow for whatever is bringing you a sense of happiness and growth and excitement and like what makes you feel good naturally. That's what you should focus in on, and zero in on the feeling behind like this new thing. Sorry, my dog is, I put my dog up. I don't know if you can hear him. I have a little Yorkie, and I just got him like, I think about a month ago, I want to say. It's been not very long. Let me go check on him one second. Here he is. Say hi. Say hi. Okay, I'm gonna put him down. Okay, so as I was saying, so we have the Five of Swords card here in reverse. This is what I mean by like, the Five of Swords is naturally like walking away from a fight or a battle or things that just don't bring you a sense of happiness. Just don't focus in on whatever's not bringing you happiness, you know? Focus in on like what's bringing you into feeling like, okay, everything's kind of, you know, working itself out, or it's just getting better nonetheless, okay? So we have the Seven of Coins card here. Seven of Coins can also represent like building up on something as well. The Seven of Coins is all about understanding that like your things that are put in place in a certain way are there for a particular reason. Like whatever it is that is bringing you a sense of happiness, whatever it is that's bringing you a sense of hope and desire and things of that nature. Again, that's kind of what you want to tap in on. We have the Moon card here with the new moon in Leo. New moons are definitely new beginnings. So with the Seven of Coins card here, like I said, this could be a time to just kind of allow yourself to tap into, you know, what's making sense for you and like what's bringing you a level of understanding that is helping you to build upon something as time continues to progress. Don't overwhelm yourself. Don't overthink the process. Just allow for whatever it is that is kind of presenting itself to either kind of decide on like, okay, yeah, that would be fun, or maybe I don't want to do that. You know, it's okay to kind of examine like where your time and energy and focus is most suitable for you, right? So again, also if there's like energies, people, relationships that are just overbearing in some way, shape, or form, or they just cannot seem to like stop themselves from trying to insert themselves too much, those are things that you just don't want to waste your time and energy in, because for one, it's a waste of money, and for two, it's a waste of energy as well. So you definitely want to connect with people that know what they're doing and know what they're sort of bringing to the table for themselves, and being inspired by that, by their own personal actions. And then also understanding that like you're not in this alone at the same time, right? So I have the Chariot card here, which does rule over Cancer. The Chariot is a very cardinal energy. So with the Chariot card here, I definitely do feel that like you're really stepping into a space where the actions, the efforts, the things that you're doing, again, this all goes back to the Virgo energy with Venus and Virgo, Mercury and Virgo going retrograde. With Venus and Virgo, this is all about understanding that like it does take a practical nature in order to build upon something, so that the more that you tap into that practical nature, the more results that you'll get by focusing in on like how to get that thing or how to make that thing work for you, okay? It is super hot, y'all. It is hot today, my goodness. I need to like turn down the AC. It's all these windows in my room. Oh my goodness. So we have the Ace of Wands card here. The Ace of Wands does represent a spark, Two of Swords. So I figured we would get kind of like an energy that's a little thrown off. Yeah. Two of Swords, what I definitely am feeling here is that like you don't want to get bogged down by external energies that are just, you know, kind of throwing you off. Again, like I was saying. So again, with Venus and Virgo, you definitely want to highlight like areas of your life that are working best for you, that are not, no, he's in the living room. That are not working in tandem with like the result, like not necessarily the results, but like the plans that you have for the future. And then just don't get distracted, basically. Two of Swords card here, this could be feeling like up in the air, like kind of feeling like, oh, okay, should I do this or should I do that? Like, is this working? Is this not working? Like, what's best for the effort that is necessary in order to keep things moving, or how should I go about this? You don't want to fall into that space where you're like, questioning yourself, questioning other people, questioning like relationships and things like that. Like you really want to like center yourself, hone in on what matters to you, and then move in that direction. Anything that's kind of like iffy or, not necessarily in your best and highest interest towards growth and expansion and like progression and abundance and manifestation and like really good things that are good for you, you just could care less. Okay. So, anything else? Again, we have the Justice card, the Eight of Cups, like I said, walking away, the Nine of Wands, whatever. Like if there's people that are feeling down and out and stuff like that, like it's not your responsibility to fix their problem. Like they have to fix it themselves, just like my own, right? So we have the Page of Swords card here. I definitely do feel like there's communication coming, and then with the Wheel of Fortune, good luck, good fortune, everything's working out in your favor. Just remain in a space, especially during this Mercury retrograde, where you're not sort of throwing yourself into spaces or places that make you feel like a bit inadequate or anything like that. Everything's coming to you. Allow everything to come to you and then radiate from that space, okay? Without being like overly dramatic or anything like that. Like again, Venus and Virgo is very practical. So it's a practical way of like doing the work and the effort and taking the time out for yourself in order to gain a result. All right, you guys. So I hope that you got something from this. I'm not trying to make this super long. I left this date on the 1st here open in comparison to the last video on purpose in particular, so that we could focus in on like the upcoming energy. The next video that I'll be doing will be the one in Leo with the new moon in Leo. So I love you guys, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.